Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Armchair Reviews. I am your host, Chris Godden. I think episode 57 today. We're talking a big fucking pew 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 kick-ass and taking names movie. A third trilogy, John Wick 3 Parabellum. And I'm not doing this one solo. I have guests again. 2 guests. And this time one will actually be more chatty this time. We got Andre Garnham.
Hello. I missed you guys.
Welcome back, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Even though I did not perform last time, I'm ready to perform today.
Hey, that's why you got a second chance, buddy. And the other one chuckling in the background.
I'm sure there's a "that's what she said" in there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is Kelvin Hooper. Welcome back, Kelvin.
Hey, thanks for having me
Absolutely.
again.
It was
Having
fun.
us again.
It was fun last time, so I thought we'd do it again. I think this time around, I know Kelvin and I were well versed in the whole MCU, but now all of us have seen the previous John Wick movies, 1 and 2, just John Wick Chapter 2. Now we're on the third one. So before we get into talking about Parabellum today, let's talk about a little bit of a recap, shall we?
Sounds good.
Neato. So what was your take the first time you saw John Wick? Either one of you.
When I first saw John Wick, I was blown away.
Right.
It was so cool. It was just like I didn't really know what to expect from the first one.
For sure. I don't think anyone expected that.
Yeah, because Keanu Reeves was kind of on a downward
He'd been kind of like, not necessarily a spiral. He just kind of like fell off the map. I think by his choice, though, right?
Yeah.
He just kind of does his own thing, and I respect the fuck out of him.
Just wanted to be like a normal person.
Yeah, and like,
He's
you
like,
see,
wait,
like,
I think guns are cool, so let's just make a movie about me shooting guns.
cool. All right. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I think it came out in 2014, and I think the second one was in 2017. I think, or 2016. I can't remember. I think it was 2017.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So when I was the same thing as you. Like, I didn't have any expectation. I can't remember if I saw it in theaters or not. But I'm like, I'll check it out. Fucking blew me away, so to speak. Like, I was absolutely mind fucked from it because I don't recall like a decent action movie outside of like that in I don't know how long. Like, what, can you think of anything on the top of your head, like, other than like you have your Avengers and all that shit, but like that's like I quantify that as like family adventure, like stuff like that, more adventure type.
It's not like just an action packed
Kicking ass.
2-hour thrill fest.
Seriously. And like, just I call it gun fu fighting because it's just crazy fucking martial arts. I mean, it's not too crazy. It's more like I don't know. I guess it is pretty crazy. Like all the shit that he does, all the rolling around and stuff like that.
He can actually do all that shit because he practices with
actual
professionals.
Yeah.
Gunshot.
He had some experience, obviously, with like the Matrix and stuff. Andre, what were your thoughts on it?
Well, I didn't want to put myself in the same situation I did for Avengers, so I've watched all the movies this week. Because you guys,
wait, you hadn't seen them before this week?
What don't put me in that. But what happened?
He did his homework this time.
So went right into it. I'm like, okay, John Wick, dog dies. What's gonna happen? And I got blown away. I closed my laptop.
In the mic.
Yeah. I closed my laptop and I was just blown away. It's just crazy how much shit. And watching every little move he does, even like flipping the guns, checking his like the P checks he does, everything is just insane. They had it well cued for every single move that he was doing.
I think the word that best describes it, in my opinion, is the flow. It's just such flow to every little bit. I mean, any fucking bad guy he's beating the shit out of, he has this methodical flow to it. And I think that has to do with a lot with the director that we were just talking about before we pressed record, Chad Stahelski. He had worked previously with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman. Fucking what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne, the other guy.
Yeah.
And a couple other people on The Matrix. He was actually the stunt coordinator. I think that's where he got his start, and then he transferred over to directing. He's directed all 3 of them now, and I think he even helped write it a little bit. I'm not too sure, but I can get the IMDb page up later. But fucking crazy. And like, if that's what you know, he's fucking winning. He's winning. Just take what you know and just run with it. He's sprinting. He's like, who's that sprinter? The 100-meter dash. Yeah, that's it. He's killing it.
Yeah.
Just killing it. He's running away, sprinting, he's beating the shit out of all the competition because I can't think of any other action movie.
No, there's nothing
that's on
there.
par in today's standards that like you you're so pumped up to see because it's just pure adrenaline and testosterone.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's not like Arnold's. It's not like 80s testosterone where they're just like juiced to the gills monkeys with guns. You know what I mean?
So, normal looking dude with a mission.
Swift. It's swift.
Yeah.
So I like that. And came out of nowhere, like we had said. It didn't really perform all that well. I think the budget in the first one was 20 mil. Second one kind of doubled it because I think it got like a bit of a cult following.
Yeah, I think afterwards, like maybe on like Blu-ray kind of thing,
Yeah.
like when people could watch it.
I think Netflix also helped that out.
Yeah.
When it came there, and like I might have seen it in Netflix first actually.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't see it in theaters, but then I saw it and I was like, well, looks like I'm buying that movie. So
Yeah,
I can watch
absolutely.
It 14 more times.
Because you can miss all the little intricacies of the moves and stuff because it's fucking lightning quick.
Yeah.
But shit, man. So I remember watching, I'm like, holy fuck. So obviously going into the chapter 2, obviously I got a bigger budget because I think definitely word of mouth helped. Everyone's like, dude, do you see this movie? They're like, what the fuck is John Wick? I don't know what the hell. Who the hell is John Wick?
Yeah. Then you watch it and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh shit. And then it spreads to everyone. And then you can't help but like, you just turn it on, just watch it. Like you can casual watch it. You don't really need the plot or anything.
Meh.
But it's just like,
Here's the plot. He's still trying to kill the people who fucked with his dog.
yeah, exactly. And it's so, it seems so simple, but even now, like they made a couple jokes in the second movie and even the first movie, third movie as well. Now they're kind of going back to it, kind of like poking fun at it.
Yeah.
But it's what the dog represents, right?
Yeah, but it's my favorite thing about, especially the third movie as we were watching it, is the fact that it knows how to reference itself in a funny manner because everyone knows it's getting a little ridiculous with the kicking and the killing and the punching, but they're gonna
And the glazing.
add a little bit more flair every single time just so you get that laugh in, but it's still badass no matter what you do.
Yeah. The second one, he has a new dog, and like, what I like about these movies, and before I even started the podcast, I did a couple of actual written blog entries, and I did it on chapter 2 when it came out. And what I like about it is they're not force feeding you plot. They're just giving you little bits of info about the world. As you go into John Wick, you're like, what is going on? What are these gold coins? What is the Continental? Like, what's the high table? I don't know. But you're getting like shown this. You're learning it only as needed.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're not throwing it all at you, giving you the whole history of everything. And...
Exactly. And I like that. I like the mystery around it because it makes it so much more intense. All right, let's try that again. So we had some technical difficulties there. We didn't tell, but I paused. We actually lost like probably 5 minutes worth of conversation. Really chaps my ass, pissed me off. We were on a good fucking tear there, boys.
Yeah, but it's all secret, and you will never hear it. No.
Sorry, bye. You might have heard. I'll try to edit it a little bit better, but fuck it. Where were we, boys? I talked about the second one, how it's all stylized and stuff. Really frustrating how we have to get back into this and like start over, but
Backpedal, figure out where we were.
yeah. All right, let's just go right to it. Let's talk about the third one here, Parabellum. It pretty much starts off, I think we were saying, right after the second movie. So you have the hour that Ian McShane gives John Wick, and he's still the shit beaten out of him. He still has his bullet wound and everything from his suit. His suit is still bulletproof. He still feels it like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Still getting
hurts.
shot. But man, like he's on the run now, and he has no friends. He's been excommunicado. I just like saying excommunicado.
Excommunicado.
All together now, boys. Excommunicado. Oh, that sounded nice.
Oh.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, so he's on the run. Love it. And this whole world is now against him. It's a $14 million bounty, which goes up to $15 million eventually. I don't know why. It's kind of
just an extra
just
mil.
an extra
Just in
mil.
case.
He goes sees the dog. They have it like nice little exchange there. He's like, I still have 5 minutes. Shoots him just so it can kind of like cover his tracks a little bit. The doc knows exactly like you're gonna maybe another one will do. Bang. He shoots him
the
again.
doctor twice.
Yeah. I thought it was
No,
really-
they're gonna know that.
Just shoot me right here. So the bang. So
Don't hit
good.
this already. Okay, you already shot me.
You're
Okay,
talking
go.
to John Wick. You know exactly where to shoot.
It's like the whole like, okay, on 3, 1, 2, down.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. What else do we got here? I'm really fucking frazzled now that we had a good fucking beat going, but we're having to stick it through here, boys.
Yeah. So it just starts off him and his dog running around the city.
Yeah, he kind of lets the dog go because he doesn't have to take care of it. And at this point, like again, what we were talking about before, you're finding out little bits of information, right? So in this one, you find out a little bit of his heritage almost. He's from Belarus.
Yeah.
You know, he was an orphan, and he's pretty much got trained up by these Belarusians, Belarusai, San Diego.
Yeah, just like their little
It's like a ballet type thing.
slavery thing.
Yeah,
training wrestlers and training
ballerinas. Yeah, pretty much. It's you know where he gets his style from. If you can dance, you can fight.
Exactly. Right, yeah.
Maybe he just wanted to be a dancer, ended up being a killer instead. So you see, I think it's Angelica Houston that plays the head mistress. She's Mrs. Adams from the Adams Family.
Oh, right.
Back in
yeah.
the
I
day.
can see it.
Little bit more haggard these days.
Yeah.
She means well though. she plays that role I think pretty nicely, even though she's in it for 10 minutes probably tops. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
I wouldn't,
Stab her hands and then
But-
get rid of her.
But it's again, that's those little things where you find out like, oh, that's where his tats come from. And they have certain meanings because they all have it. It's like their brand, right? Mm-hmm. He gets an actual brand too.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's like it's like your ticket, they say, right? To kind of your get out of shit free card.
Yeah, you're kind of one. All right, we'll help you this time, and then
You're fucked. Get the hell out.
Sucks to suck.
You're cutting the strings. He's literally burning all his bridges. I mean, I didn't think that he could burn more bridges because he's in Fucksville, population John
Yeah.
Wick.
The whole assassination community is trying to kill him.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Everyone's
Over
up.
50% of the world, just
and
by
and not
Yeah.
just
looking how it was going.
and not just to get the money, but also it's like it's John Wick. If you kill the Baba Yaga. And I like how, again, this movie plays up on it. It's a mutual respect. It's like there's professional courtesy, even though they're absolutely shit kicking each other.
Yeah, they're assassins, and
They have this code, and obviously you have the rules, but it's a lot of it's unspoken rules or codes that these guys and ladies abide by. What was John's real name? It's like Jadani.
Or Jadani or something.
Jandani,
Janaf, whatever.
Jari Jadani,
Something like that.
Janovic.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
Jadani.
Belarusian?
Yeah, yeah. Belarusai. It's something like that. I like that scene. It's like, does this bring back fond memories? It's just a little like sneak into his. It's not an origin. You don't get any of that, or really any
Yeah,
any
no
explanation.
origin.
It's all shown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not that you want it, but you don't want it at the same time. Like you want to know where he comes from, but you don't want to know because it keeps that anonymity.
I say that indubitably. Indubitably.
We're getting the thesaurus out in this one.
Yeah, fucking shit.
Focus.
It's focus. Get
back
on
there.
track.
All right, back
Yeah.
to
So
John Wick.
again,
So he
go for it.
found his book in the library.
Oh yeah, that's fuck. Okay.
Kind of get like all of his get out of jail free cards.
Right. So he
He has
has.
them hidden in the library.
Yeah.
In New York.
It's a very specific book. I'm sure that book
It must have some sort of meaning. Of some sort.
meaning as well.
Yeah.
I want to look that up, but again, let's preface this. We haven't prefaced it yet. We just got out of the theater.
Yeah.
Literally, probably like 40 minutes ago. That's a rough estimate. Probably not. Probably like an hour ago now because we had to drive a little bit. But it's super fresh in our minds, so we're probably gonna miss some stuff. So chill, all right? It just came out yesterday. We went to see it almost immediately in the afternoon. Nice little matinee again, so we can do this and get this out for tomorrow and have it on the weekdays. But we're gonna miss stuff. Just that's the nature of the business, and it's a 2-hour long movie that I was not expecting it to be 2 hours.
Oh.
130 minutes
The
long.
other ones were like
Around the same, about like an hour 40, hour 45, I think.
shy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fuck. You said that it opens. It's the basketball player there.
Yeah.
That's like 7'3". Jesus Christ,
Monster.
absolute juggernaut.
So he's the first assassin that finds John Wick.
And he's breaking the rules. He's like, "Do you sure you want to do this? I still have 10 minutes." Like, no one will ever know.
Yeah.
And that's a brutal fight. I think this one, it starts off like with a fucking bang because it's
They get right into it.
I think the action is on par with the other ones, but this one is much more brutal. I think the fight scenes are much more brutal and like visceral because you see a lot of the effects. Like obviously you have like the blood splatter from the headshots and all that shit, but now there's like more, I think more hand to hand, more knife fights for sure.
Yes, knife fights, sword fights,
Like
Just the
blades
details,
going, yeah.
the budget going up, just a lot
Yeah,
more
yeah.
blood.
Yeah.
It was
10
nice
mil
that-
of blood.
yeah, it was nice that it wasn't just another gunfight movie. That they brought in other
Aspects of it.
aspects too.
Fucking he was
right?
on goddamn horseback. The
Yeah.
fuck? He used a horse as a weapon. He was directing the hind game. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, just
Everything's a weapon for John Wick.
like right off the bat, uses a book and like just crushes this guy's jaw into
7'3".
bits. He literally chops him down to his level.
Yeah.
And then just proceeds to break his fucking jaw, makes him look like a victim of the fucking ring. Like,
Yeah.
"Arr, arr."
His jaw's just hanging loose there.
Yeah.
Drags him over to a table,
And just-
props the book up on end, neck over, breaks his neck.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah.
And that's how
And he
you're
goes
like,
and puts the book back.
leaves the body, puts the book back. Not my problem anymore. I did my part. Don't want to inconvenience the librarian with an out of place book.
Well, there's major late fees if they think you checked it out. So you got to make sure you put it back.
Holy shit! And I think that's your first indicator where it's like, oh, that's right. That's what John Wick movies are, and it's gonna set the tone. It sets the tone for the entire movie because it does not let up. The movie opens with John Wick 3 or Parabellum, whatever. You have a title sequence right away, and then it's just 0 to 100, and it just stays there for quite some time. I think for like a good half hour. It's like you have that initial, well, not half hour maybe, but you're having that countdown, right? The first hour, it's like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10
Yeah.
seconds or whatever, and it's going down.
And then it kind of just gets into it like, all right,
Fuck. And now, and
it's either kill everybody or die.
like I don't know how. I gotta give the writers some credit because it's like where do we go from here? How do we keep backing this guy into a corner? How does he keep fighting his way through it? But he obviously, because I think the way they've done it, they're only telling you so much, so they have more avenues to go down. So they can kind of just like throw stuff in down the road, and which obviously they're doing, right? And it's nice that they're not. There's some players that are still alive, and they're going to keep alive for a little bit longer. They don't just murder everyone, right? That he knows.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, and then the next one will. This does hang on, like it does leave the opportunity open for a fourth one. Let's. I think we talked about enough of the plot. So he's on the run again, and what else? Like, I guess he's just trying to get out of the city. He goes back to the Russian there, or the Belarus, and that's his passage to Casablanca. He wants to see or have the opportunity to see the king, like the leader of the high table, to kind of like
the big boss of everything,
to kind of like pardon him.
Yeah,
pretty much, right? So he can get back into it, and I guess that's all he wanted essentially, right?
He just not
to be killed because he wanted to keep the memories.
So he can keep the memory of his wife.
Kind of like, granted, kind of fucking thin, kind of a thin fucking plot, right?
Yeah.
It just whatever. But it takes him out of the city.
Yeah.
And I like that, how they're kind of like branching out. Like, I want to see more parts of the world because it is a global organization, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you're led to believe. So take it out of this stylized New York. Let's take it to Casablanca, Morocco.
Yeah.
Let's take it other places. Take it to fucking Tokyo. That'd be really cool to see him there. Take him just in the fucking cobblestones of Europe somewhere. Branch him out and see him in all these different environments. I kind of wanted more of that, but we did get to see it here.
Yeah, we got a little bit of it.
And it's just his own little adventure. So he tears this ticket, so to speak. He gets branded from Angelica Houston's character.
Yeah.
And that's what gets him overseas, and he comes back, and it's just this long mission. He's trying to meets an old partner or friend, Sophia, where we get Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
The so beautiful Halle Berry. Jesus Christ, she's a fine wine.
Better with age.
Jeez.
I don't know how
It's unfair. I looked at myself this morning, and I was like, wow, Chris, you look like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you see
Halle Berry.
like, she's in her 50s. I think she's 50s now.
50s?
I think so.
Yeah.
If not late 40s for sure.
10.
And good, sweet,
Solid
googly moogly.
10.
Oh my God. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And she can kick ass. She has a whole part of this movie. I think it focuses a lot more on her. It's her time.
Yeah.
And I like the interactions where it's like, there's actual competent assassins other than John Wick in this universe.
Yeah, there's other people who can do the same thing out there.
Yeah.
It's not just him.
Yeah. I think she can probably have her own fucking spin-off.
Yeah.
I would love to see that because she's so fucking cool. She has her 2 attack hounds who are so expertly trained. They have their little. Oh yeah. So the part we took that didn't record, we made a nice little dick biting joke, but we couldn't add it in. I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, something about
biting dicks.
Yeah.
These dogs go for the testicles 10 times out of 10, and they don't let go. Even the guy has a fucking bullet, his head's blown off, and he's just like, he's still trying to rip his arm off. It's fantastic. Her part is excellent. She's the manager at the Continental, I guess, in Morocco, in Casablanca.
Yeah. Casablanca.
Yeah.
Continental.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes there, finds her. He uses another one of his tickets, another one of his get out of jail free cards.
Yeah, it's a nice little recall to the second one, right? Because he had that happen. Yeah, the marker. He had that happen to him, and now it's like, he had one with someone else, and also she happens to be very capable. So he enlists her help to track down the high elite or whatever.
Yeah, so they need to go talk to somebody from the high table.
Mm-hmm. And it's Bronn, from Game of Thrones. He has a nice little cameo there. He gets his dick bit off.
yeah. Spoiler.
Spoiler. Well, I mean, they know.
A lot of people get their dick bit off.
A lot of dicks. Just a lot. So
many dicks.
So many
dick biting.
So much dick biting. Oh my god.
For Bronn too, he's wearing the white pants.
Yeah.
He gets his dick bit off. They're not white anymore.
No, sir.
Nice shade of red.
A crimson, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it's they have a nice little bit too where it's it's just like he's like, I want your dog. No, you can't have it. Shoots the dog, but it's wearing a vest, so it doesn't kill it. It still fucking hurts the dog.
Vests on.
Yeah, amazing. And she just looks at Johnny's like, please God, don't. Shot my dog. I get it.
Hey, there's another one of those dog jokes that they're bringing back from.
They're just full circle, and she just loses it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nice little tip of the cap, and it just shows I guess understandable because it's my dog, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's where this crazy. That's probably my favorite scenes altogether. Was that Moroccan fucking gunfight?
Yeah.
One of the
attack dogs.
The attack dogs are going nuts, and the camera work is phenomenal because it's all just focusing on the 2 of them. Obviously, it's John Wick and Halle Berry, Sophia, and they're kind of crisscrossing and stuff, but it mainly focuses on her and her abilities and how she's using her dogs with the fight. Phenomenal scene. So good and so quick.
Yeah.
And you have little moments too where they're out of ammo. John is out of ammo, and then who can reload faster? Obviously John.
Yeah. Or even when Sophia runs out of ammo and she's like, calls her dog. Dog goes attack somebody, runs up, steals that guy's ammo, shoots him with it. Shoots him with his own ammo.
Yeah. She's on top of him, just grabs the magazine out of his belt, reloads, bang.
Yeah.
Then she on
to the next one.
Svans. Zvitz. The dog climbs the wall.
Yeah.
Which I've seen on Instagram and shit like that. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
And then where does the dog go? Straight for the dick.
Yeah. Guy that's standing on the wall. Dick bite.
Dick bite. Dick bite. Dick bite.
So they're headshots or headshots through the dog. Pick one of the heads. It doesn't matter. It gets you one and done.
This is quality content. What'd you guys talk about? Just a lot of dick biting. I don't know. Out of context.
2-hour dick biting movie, whatever.
Whatever, dude. Yeah, I really like that scene. Is well, I mean, all the other scenes are well choreographed, but this one was having the dogs included as well. Well executed. I really enjoyed that. And now this is where it kind of it drops off a little bit for me, where he's where Bronn and where they're giving a little bit of exposition. It's oh, you need to go in the desert, and then when you think you're gonna die, don't, and then they may or may not be found.
Yeah, so he has to find the leader of the high table, the numero uno in the assassin
The fucking
world.
Sultan.
Yeah.
And
Sultan of the assassin. So he goes to the desert, does his little walk, collapses.
Spirit walk, yeah.
And they find him.
They find him, yeah. Of course they find him. And again, it's okay, I get it. But then you finally meet this guy, and he's just this little fucking turd. Like the actor, I forget the actor's name, but he's one of the guys in Wonder Woman, in her little gang of men. Yeah, he's like the sniper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He wears like the Shriner's cap. You know what I'm talking about? He's in Wonder Woman. But anyway, I was expecting more, or like not in the fucking desert.
So easy too, though.
Yeah, right.
I can see the desert because they're trying to stay hidden because they're secret. So they have their little secret village in the desert.
Again, but
I don't know. You're
it kind of goes
of all the assassins, so
I thought it would have been like in a high rise or castle or something
something cool,
something elegant. Because all this is sleek, chic, elegant. Even like with his suit.
Why is he not in Dubai?
There you go.
Right?
That would have been fucking cool. That would
have done the same thing.
Maybe
send him
like
out to the desert, do his walk, and wakes up in Dubai. Like
that would have been cool. That and it would have been like you can still have all those like that artistic elements of that region of the earth. It's very unique, but have it in a modern building.
Yeah,
so, you know what I mean. I think that would have been
because everything else around that whole society is so modern.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like that, and it just felt. I mean, it was out of place. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. Either way, they have this meeting with this guy, and he's like, "Do you fealty? Not fidelity. I think it's fealty. Like you're pretty much saying like, oh, I have served. I'm of service or something like that. That's their little slogan.
Like you're pledging your allegiance to me.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So, and how does he do that? I love how he just knows what to do in all these situations.
Yeah.
He knows he's gonna get branded. He knows he has to fucking lop off his ring finger.
I did not it just happened. I'm like, what's going on right now? He
just did it, and it's like that was his like last
when
tie.
When they brought
right?
out like the little tray, I was like, that's
something.
Chisel?
Yeah, that's a chisel or some. I thought they're gonna like smash his hand or something
because they had like the chisel and like that malady thing.
Yeah, I thought they're just gonna break his fucking hand or something. Nope, cut his finger clean off, and then solders it.
Yeah, then they brand his finger shut.
Yeah, but the connection there was there a connection to the ring finger being the one? Is it just...
Well, because that's his only tie to his wife.
Okay,
and like he literally, other than the picture that's in the book, his house blew up in the other one. That's his. He kept it on for a reason.
Yeah,
that's his like tie to her, to Helen, right? And giving that away, it's like
it's everything that's left with him. Like it's just
so that. Giving that away, it's like, fuck, you got that from Baba Yaga. Like this is the thing that kind of like set him off. I trust you now. Like that's where I token, appreciate it, accepted, get back out there, kill Winston. That's his deal. To get back in, he has to kill Winston, because Winston has to get the fuck out. Lawrence Fishburne has to get the fuck out. Anyone that's helped John Wick is getting fucked over. Yeah. Like so, Winston he's getting the boot in 7 days. Lawrence Fishburne he has to get like sliced 7 times because he gave a firearm with 7 bullets. He gets dabbed up, lives, but we'll get back to that. So everyone that helped is paying the price. Winston obviously he doesn't want to lose the Continental. We'll get back to him, little piece of shit. Yeah. But so and then brings right back to New York. Okay, fine. Which then leads them to like the whole like final stand, and it's a good chunk of time, like going through the city. Like again, I can't remember where all these action scenes happen because there's so many of them. But you have the giant chase with the motorcycles.
Yeah,
you have the utilize. I think the horse fight was earlier on.
Yeah, that was before.
I think that's in the initial chase after he gets like healed up or something, or like stitched. He gets stabbed again, you know. This guy takes a shit kicking because I like that how he is taking damage and he is absolutely getting fucked by something like the accumulation of all these beatings from all these different assassins, but he just keeps going.
Yeah,
he's might as well be invincible.
There's no quit.
He has like the invincibility invincibility fucking cheat code on.
Yeah,
he's not going.
Today.
What do we say? The god of the death? Not today.
Yeah, so he's back in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
trying to make his way to the Continental motorcycle chase scene.
Mm-hmm. That was cool. We have you have like the main kind of like the main guy, like the Asian guy there, who's
the bald dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the final boss of that movie.
Yeah,
villain.
pretty much. Yeah, he's the final boss.
Yeah.
Essentially. Oh, I forgot. While we're talking about villains, we're introduced to a new type of character in this world, the adjudicators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are like lawyer type people sent from the high. Turn that fucking vibration off, dude.
My vibrator. I apologize.
Andre's phone is going ballistic here. God damn. I have to point it out.
Sorry. Bye, guys. I had a great time. I'll see you never again. This is my last stream.
You suck. We are fed up.
I just gotta put you on the spot there.
That's okay.
Okay. We do it to each other off the air, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Do it to
It's
each
okay,
other.
Daddy.
It's a give. It's okay.
Okay, Daddy, whatever you want.
Anyway, we have the adjudicators.
Oh god, now they're making out.
Do I cup your balls now?
Do you bite my dick? Do I bite yours?
Just a nibble.
Who's the doggy? Schwein!
Schwanzwitz. Having too much fun, we're boys. So yeah, okay, back to it. The
Back to
adjudicators.
business.
They're you only get the one, and she like when I first saw her, I thought she was gonna be like hardcore Russian or something. He had the neck tat and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like I even leaned over to Andre in the middle of it. I was like, her voice doesn't match her look.
Not.
Her
I was not expecting that.
helium voice, like
I couldn't really figure out what was going on with her.
Yeah.
Like, it was just she seemed out of place for me.
the janitor of the high, whatever the.
Well, it's like like the adjudicator being like she's the one that passes on the judgment of the high table, right? She's
so
left
she-
like she's dishing out the
Yeah.
sentences essentially.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't a super fan of the character.
I think that's meant to be. You're not supposed to like her.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be very unlikable, and I mean she
What-
does it well.
Yeah,
And there was like
great.
the weird. I don't know. I found she had a weird accent.
Oh, I kind of bumped my mic here. I'm gonna look up the actress's name because she does a good job of being a stone cold bitch.
Yeah, she.
Eight-
Yeah.
Asia Kate Dillon, the adjudicator. Yeah, and that's all she's known as is the adjudicator, and that looks like a real tattoo.
Oh well, there you go.
I was about to say, like, her actual picture is just exactly who she was in the movie. She
Yeah.
just played herself.
She's in Billions.
She was just a person.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Orange is the New Black,
Oh really?
and Ruby Rose, also alum of John Wick and Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
You know? That's kind
Yeah,
of
from the second one.
that's cool. I didn't know that before. Hey, okay, I was gonna say knowledge is power.
No, I was gonna bring it up. I'm like, do we?
I gotta bring it up right now because I just remembered it. This fucking guy that we're sitting next to, he's just
The
like
block and melted cheese.
yeah, this big bearded dude. He's probably like 400 pounds. And after John Wick, this opening fight scene, after he kills the giant with the book, buddy beside us goes, "Knowledge is power." I literally leaned over to the guys. There was like 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck's just said that? he's son of a bitch.
Yeah, this is like 10 minutes into the movie, and I'm just sitting there like, oh,
Here we
go.
Here we go. God damn it.
one of these movies.
Gonna comment for every person he's gonna kill. So it's
Yeah.
like 800 people.
Granted, he did chill out
Yeah.
a little bit after that.
Thank God.
I also said it fairly loud. I'm like, who the
Yeah.
fuck just said that? it's the risk you go to see in a theater, right? You never.
Babe, don't get us into another fight in the theater. God damn it.
God damn. Oh shit. Yeah, that was. But yeah, I needed to say that because it was kind of funny, but at the same time,
It was, but let everybody enjoy the
it's
movie.
like just such a dad joke. I was like, God damn it! It's too early in the afternoon for the shit right now. Ah, fucking hell. Okay, so we get to the adjudicator. She does her shit. I think she did a good job. I think everyone does what they're supposed to. Keanu Reeves, awesome. Final fight scene. I didn't like. Holy shit! It just went on forever. Again, long movie, and it almost exhausts you with how much action is because you're like, what now? It's like your head's being speed
what
bagged.
could possibly happen next?
Yeah.
Oh, this.
Yeah, the entire fucking final showdown where it's like protect the castle.
Yeah.
They're on continental grounds. It's been
Winston
D something.
doesn't want to give up his power.
Yeah, and he has like a nice little chat with John where it's like, do you want to die a man or you want to die as a fucking Baba Yaga? The thing that you're their errand boy.
Yeah, so John is now pledged his allegiance back to the High Table,
Mm-hmm.
and Winston's kind of giving him the way out.
Mm-hmm. He's like, join the docs, join me.
Yeah, join me, and
we can both kind of die together as a friend,
we'll
friends.
either win or die. Most likely die.
Yeah,
and
go from there.
See what
We'll
comes
take
of it.
out a bunch of them as we go. We finally see. Oh, sorry.
No, but did they actually like? Where was the whole line in the sand where now he's allowed to go back on the grounds and not get shot? Because he put his hand on the stairs.
So
did it because he did the pledge? He's allowed to go back. Like he still has the bounty, but he's allowed to go back.
They removed the bounty.
Okay, it was removed, or was it like
no? I don't. The bounty wasn't removed.
Yeah.
But his whole thing was that he had to do an assignment for the high table, and his assignment was
right. It was a kind of I think it was
Winston.
suspended maybe.
Yeah,
because that guy was trying to kill him because of the bounty, though. So the guy wouldn't be there to kill him.
Right. Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
there was reason to kill him.
Yeah. So he had to go. John's whole pledge yourself to us and go kill Winston.
Right.
You're good. You're back to normal, but now you're just an assassin again.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the Continental to kill Winston, and
he just gets there on the skin of his fingers.
Yeah, nick of time.
Yeah, kind of like reaches out, and then you bring up a good point. Like, where is that line? I guess if you're on Continental grounds, like you're a little pinky.
He was prohibidabido.
I
forgot the other word, so that was just as good.
Prohibidabido.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember.
Excommunicado. He's
Prohibidabido. Excommunicado prohibido.
Yeah, I can say that, but I can't say thesaurus.
He had a trouble there too again. Thesaurus.
Yes. God
damn it.
So he put his hand there though. They walk
so
inside.
he's on property. So they let him in.
And it's game time. They're gearing up. He has his little talk with Winston. They're like, okay, let's do this. I guess we'll be friends.
And the front desk guy's a badass. Does he even have a name? Like,
Sharon.
Okay.
So it's like pretty much the based. I'm assuming based off the ferryman of Greek mythology.
Okay.
Who pretty much like they're escorting the souls of the dead down the river Styx.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's named now. Sharon is the boatman, pretty much.
Okay.
The gatekeeper of the underworld, essentially.
Nice.
Which is a nice little fun fact for people who didn't know.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he Lance Reddick is the actor's name. I think he's on The Wire. He's done a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, very familiar face.
Yeah, he's great. He actually has some action in this movie. He kind of does his own stuff, where you haven't seen that before. He's just the concierge, right?
Yeah.
But he again capable. You don't see too much of him, but he's just very like stonewall. His movements coming in after like reloading and stuff, just taking off his jacket very like matter of factly, reloading, getting a shotgun.
So they go get all their guns, gear up.
This time they have like level 2 bad guys. There's not like regular bad guys. They have level 2 bad guys.
Leveled up.
Yeah.
So they go and they start shooting these guys, and they're wearing head to toe body armor.
Yeah. Again, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. The only way you can kill them is like
the neck.
In the neck.
Or like you pull off like just to the side and like shoot them
through the helmet. Everything is 100% bulletproof.
And they're struggling. Like some of the actual henchmen of the concierge, like though they have people, they get wasted because they don't know they're shooting them in the head, but it's just like dink.
Yeah.
Just bouncing off. And they have a little joke. Again, it's a little jokes like this, like slight upgrade in body armor, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like,
John's 15 words in the whole movie. I need more guns.
Yeah.
And again, another callback because he's like, guns, lots of guns. The Matrix. It's a callback from the Matrix.
Yeah, okay.
Neo says that. And then you have like the wall of guns coming down, right? Whoa. Whoa. Classic trademark fucking phrase for Keanu Reeves.
So then they go and get the shotguns with the slugs.
Jesus Christ.
So if you don't know what a slug is, it's basically just like a...
It doesn't scatter shot.
No.
Yeah, it's one bullet.
Yeah.
One round, like one...
Yeah, you're right.
Round.
No, it's like a
big piece of lead.
It's just a big
giant
hunk
piece.
Of lead.
Yeah.
That I don't know how they're shooting those, but if you ever shot one, it kills your shoulder. And these guys are just one hand in it, just going in there, destroying these.
So they're like, all right.
Armor.
They go in and they say, body armor piercing.
Yeah.
Like, goes through it. Perfect. Yeah. So we got 3 henchmen, like 3 of the bad guys.
I did not expect
head to toe body armor, walking down this hallway, and John Wick's on like the next level kind of thing. Headshot. It was like a water balloon popping. There's no head anymore.
That's what
and it's just pink mist.
it's an extra 15 million budget gets you.
Yeah. It gets you perfect body armor and then popping balloons.
Yeah, dude, I was not
Lots of
expecting
blood.
that head to just disintegrate like that. And we were just like, holy
Dusted.
fuck. Yeah. Like, yeah, it works. It works.
We
You're
want
fucking...
these satisfying, creepy laughs the whole time.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, more blood, more guts.
I need it.
all of us. And they're just like, oh, fucking fantastic. I love it. But I was just not expecting that, and I appreciated it because it just
Yeah,
goes.
I don't think there was one person expecting that.
No.
Ever.
No.
Especially from the first and second. Okay, it's cool. They're dying, but you don't nearly see anything like it was.
Yeah.
This movie. It was an eye opener.
It has a nice little bit when they're in like the pool there a little bit, and like you see the bullets kind of like
Yeah,
die
'cause they're
off.
shooting him in the water.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, cool. Swims over to him.
And then shoots him, but then puts it in his face, and you see the back of his skull explode out,
Yeah.
like little chunks of skull fragment.
Like shoots him in the neck. Like, all right, you're dead now. But wait, let's just make
execute
sure
him.
and
Puts it through his eye.
explode the head.
Oh, another quick point. Speaking of going through the eye, you see a knife go directly in an eyeball. Early on, like knife fight is again in the library, I think, or on the chase where it's like, he has his little, fuck. See, everything's coming back to me. Right now.
It was when they're
chasing him,
in
throwing the knives in like some art
room.
museum or something like
Yeah.
that, or weapon museum, and he has like a deconstruction of like he has a nice little deconstruction moment where he's like, oh, the bullet doesn't fit, oh, I'll make it fit, because he
Yeah.
just deconstructs two
So
different
he,
guns,
like
an old school
maybe,
handgun.
builds his own gun.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this one's not powerful enough. Let me upgrade it.
It does all that. I love how they just do all
Crafting
that.
100.
One bullet. Turns the corner, bang, shoots the guy in the head, runs away, and just leaves it.
Yeah, it doesn't grab any more bullets. Doesn't take the gun.
And then you have
figure it out.
Yeah, you just that's where you have the knife fight
Yeah,
and stuff like
knife
that, and they're just throwing daggers and shit across each other, and that's where
There
it
was
gets
a hatchet
excessive
at
amount
the
of
guy's
knives.
head.
yeah. That,
One guy got like 4 or 5 knives. Like how
Yeah.
many knives does this guy need in his body right now?
yeah.
Let's do 6 more.
Overkill is a good word to describe it. Flow and overkill, because it's a lot of overkill. It's a lot of overkill.
Oh, he wants to make sure they're dead.
Yeah, the double tap.
Yeah.
Zombieland.
Yeah.
Rule number fucking 97 or some shit like that. Double tap.
Yeah, it's weird that you remember the exact rule.
I made that up. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it's double
Like,
tap.
what is wrong with you?
you serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, you have the big fight. You have their revelation that Winston's a piece of shit too. He was a game all along. After they survived all these henchmen and stuff, how he has like 2 little boss battles, right? He had two like fucking the Bobsy twins there.
Yeah.
And that's where the respect comes in. And
They're
he
like,
lets,
oh wow, I get to fight John Wick. This is so great.
this is fun, and he doesn't kill them because he was shown respect. He's like, I'll show you respect. I'll let you live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he beats the fuck out. And how many windows can this guy get thrown through?
Oh
was
my god.
those
So it's
glass
this glass
statue things?
room
Yeah.
on oh, and yeah, so all this is happening inside the Continental because the Continental is no longer protected.
Right. Yeah, it's
Basically,
what's
the
been.
adjudicator was like, no, everybody can kill everybody.
I
here.
forget the term again. It's not
deconstructed.
No,
deconstructed.
It wasn't
It's
deconstructed. That's when they
de-
take the building apart.
deconsecrated.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. Yes, nailed it. Deconsecrated. So yeah, it's fair game, and that's where
Roasting?
hip hop,
Hip-Hop Anonymous?
hip hop anonymous.
Damn you! You gave him the easy one.
The thesaurus. Anyway, he fights these 2 little munchkins, and
Yeah.
it's great. And then he has his final encounter with
the Bobsy twins.
yeah. Yeah, and again he fights his Asian counterpart there.
His fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, his fanboy is like
literally his fanboy.
yeah, he
The,
has
the Japanese John Wick, basically.
pretty much yeah. He has crazy intense eyes, and he's like he's
And it's
a
just
fan.
like, what, a 10-minute fight in the movie?
Yeah, brutal, and they're again just beating the shit out of each other. What else was I gonna say about that? It's a good fight, but there's kind of like, I guess the different type of glass here because he's going through a lot of glass, but at the same time it can withstand bullets.
Yeah, I thought.
No,
I saw
I
that.
guess he's
the glass
weakening
he's
it.
going through
Was just the cases for the samurai armor.
Display cases, right?
Right, yeah.
So that doesn't need to be bulletproof.
Protect
Yeah, I
the
guess.
whole building, but break every single part of it.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
I think he probably went like bust through like 8 of them at least, and then a full floor of glass,
Yeah,
like
breaks
plexiglass.
the bulletproof glass floor.
Yeah, with bodies. With
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so ridiculous. But it was a great fight, and even at the end of it, you know, they like, that was a hell of a fight, huh? He has a sword through his chest.
But he has a sword in his chest. I mean, that was good. Just give me a minute. I just got to catch my breath.
Just a nice little humor, little bits like that. Just injects it with that little extra flair, that little extra bit of personality, which I really appreciated. And it kind of just breaks up the intensity of it. You know, it's a nice little, yeah, it's lighthearted again.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lighthearted because he doesn't have one anymore.
Yeah. There's a sword in it.
Oh, fuck. I feel like I'm just giggling so much in this episode. It's so much fun.
Oh, well.
we're meshing so much better. Like we're just connecting.
Are we docking right now?
We're docking all together 3 ways.
Andre, you've hit your quota for words, so no more talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's why I didn't
apologize.
talk in the last one. There was a quota.
Yeah, you
14
filled it.
words.
As talkative as Keanu Reeves in this movie.
Yeah.
No, you're doing great, babe.
Thanks.
All right, so we got all that plot and shit out of the way. I mean, it's for fucking like 50 minutes in by now, but what did you guys like the most about this movie? What scene or interaction? Like, it doesn't have to be like an action scene. Let's say, like, even though it's all action, but maybe favorite fight, favorite whatever. What? Go, Andre.
I don't know. You guys ever play Final Fantasy? You know, the motorcycle chase reminded me of Final Fantasy VII. Same exact thing. Fucking, if you could see if you watch it on watch the game, it's exactly the same thing. It was so badass. Just the whole fact they brought in like the horses and all these new elements to everything.
Because there's two like motorcycle chases, right?
Yeah.
One where he's on the horse,
And then there's one when they're on the motorcycle together. But like just the fact that they're it's the same action. You're like, okay, how many times can they make the same movie? But it's the same movie with different shit.
they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it.
Just the overall, there's
They
Like,
keep reinventing it.
yeah.
It's great.
I love in that motorcycle, by the way, like the Japanese guy, before taking off, he puts on his helmet.
Yeah.
I love
Safety
it.
first.
Safety first. I love
loved in that same motorcycle scene where one of the guys is coming up behind him. He cuts off his arm.
Yes.
John Wick cuts off his arm,
And then it gets
his arm
caught
falls in the goes in the
spokes.
spokes of the wheel, and the bike flips.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. And there's two guys on the same motorcycle. He stabs through both of them like a human shish kebab.
Yeah.
And then it wipes out too. Like, so
just the details of every death is completely different from another.
yeah. I mean, they're granted,
No
like,
two bad guys are killed the same.
it might as well be a video game because they all have their faces covered. They're either wearing helmets or, you know, in the case of being in Morocco, they all have like face scarves pretty much. They're literally faceless baddies that just get obliterated.
And I was sitting there watching the movie, and I'm like, how have these not been turned into a video game yet?
I don't know.
I feel like it would just be a ton of fun.
I think John Wick was a playable character in
Fortnite.
Payday.
Or something about Fortnite too. I think they were
Might have been
Yeah,
in-
they made
his
a
house
skin.
or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
His house is
yeah.
Character
skin
skin?
in there.
But it wasn't an actual. Yeah,
No.
they've made him a character, a playable skin or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised like Call of Duty hasn't done it or something like that, or like
Yeah.
the makers of they can make so much stuff. Or I don't know. It would have to be like third person. I think it'd probably lend itself better, but it'd be intense. That'd be fun.
It would be.
I mean, but you can do that already with COD. But anyway. Calvin, what was your favorite spot?
I don't know. It was just overall like such an action-packed movie, but I'd have to say the dogs.
The dogs,
with Halle Berry.
I think I'm with you.
And old Johnny Boy.
Yeah, that was
That was just
phenomenal.
so cool.
I think that was a highlight for me too.
Yeah.
Even though like the end scene was cool, they're making it a little bit more difficult on Johnny. It's like how the fuck like how many more heads can he blow off? And like okay, he's making it a little bit more difficult. I like that. But you're right, the Morocco scene, Casablanca, probably up there for me. But again, the one quick little bit was weaponizing the horse. I love that. And he's just smacking the horse and he's directing where
it's gonna kick.
where it's
who
gonna kick. Yeah.
Back,
And I love it, like even the bad guys, like John's using the horse's cover, but the bad guys don't just shoot the horse.
Yeah.
They just don't,
yeah.
you don't
He's
shoot an
riding the
animal.
horse and he's like slipping down the side of it to use the horse's body as cover. No, let's try and get in front of the horse and shoot John.
Yeah.
Shoot through the horse.
Just yeah, it's just meat. You're gonna go through it. Anyway, I thought that was kind of obviously the dumb bad guys, but that weaponizing of the horse kicks, they're just so brutal too. And then he ties a fucking cord around one of the guys' necks and drags him through a wall.
Yeah, drags him through the wall on horseback.
Amazing, so good. Yeah, all in all, I think it was just phenomenal. I had such a good time with this movie.
Yeah,
it was just what the doctor ordered today.
It's just an action-packed thrill ride.
And then now we might get a fourth one, you know? Now, Winston
they left it wide open for
Winston
that.
double-crossed him, I think. Okay, we were talking about this on the way home. So did you guys think, was your perception that he double-crossed him, or did he purposely not kill him and hope for the best?
Don't know. I
think there was a little bit of both in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of the double cross, because so at the end of it, the adjudicator and Winston are chatting on the rooftop. They're doing a little parlay.
Mm-hmm. A parlay, yes.
Yeah, and basically it's like, listen, you killed John Wick. You're back to being the leader of the Continental, and
yeah, I pledge my fealty or or whatever.
Fidelity.
my allegiance.
Yeah.
To the
band. I pledge allegiance to the band. Little School of Rock right there. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, so they do that, and he's like, okay, cool. So then John Wick gets to the roof after killing
everyone.
Yeah, basically.
He has his fucking final showdown there.
And Winston's like, well, sorry, John, got to kill you.
Yep. Bang, 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 bang.
8 times in the jacket area, his bulletproof jacket, right?
That's where I was thinking, like, why wouldn't you just pop him right between the eyes? And I think Winston, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know.
But then he, shoots him enough that John has to basically jump off the roof.
Yeah, it still hurts like as we mentioned before, right? It still hurts like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, still can't fucking...
And he falls, like, what, I don't know, 10 stories?
The suit's fall proof, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell this guy can, like, he didn't get up. He was picked up, right?
Yeah, he was picked up by the homeless assassins.
We'll see if that, played by Jason Mantzoukas. He's hilarious. He had a little bit role in this. I think he might have, I feel like his kind of character probably got cut in the movie.
Probably.
There's probably a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor, you know?
Yeah.
But that's fine. Could have been anyone, but...
Picks him up, brings him to Lawrence Fishburne, who...
survived.
Cut 7 times.
Now he looks like Jigsaw, like the Punisher Jigsaw, I mean.
Yeah.
Stitched up and everything like that. It's just...
And now they leave it open because they're going to go after the high table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to...
burn it all down.
Yeah.
I think that's where they're gonna go next.
Yeah.
So if they do another one, I know Keanu Reeves. He's not a big fan of like all this sequel stuff happening, even though he did 3 Matrixes and he's doing a fucking Bill and Ted's again.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. Like, people love these movies now, and now that it is mainstream, people know about it, and this one is just crazy.
Yeah, they can wrap up number 4 with
I think
Keanu.
they should. Yeah.
Just like nice little ribbon on it, and then they could do like a Halle Berry spin-off.
Yeah, they can do spin-offs for sure, because there's so much more in this universe that you don't have to have John Wick. I'd like to, but
yeah,
there's no, for this kind of character, there is no happy ending.
Yeah,
he had his happy ending previously, you know, and then it fucked up. You know, something happened, and now he can't have a happy ending.
Yeah, there is the happy ending's off the table.
Like, he's not a good person. We have to remember that. He's our hero of the movie, but he's not a good person. He has good qualities, which makes him different from the other cold-blooded people. However, he's still...
Yeah, he's the nice of the worst, though.
Exactly,
just...
you know? Anyway. It'll be interesting. Am I going to watch it? Absolutely. If this one is any indicator of what the future holds, I don't know how they're going to top it. This one was so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just mind-boggled about how...
I think you can. Like, where do you go next? But
well, the people they're going for are some badass people. So
there's gonna be a lot of more faceless dudes that are gonna get blown up and cut up and lit on fire and all that shit. I kind of want to. I guess I'm not gonna have. We're not gonna have numbers for it, just because it's only the second day it's been out. But I'll try to find. Maybe it'll still be up if the internet's still working here. Okay, so yeah, there's already a spin-off being developed titled Ballerina. So maybe it'll go into like that whole side gig of that Belarus.
Yeah.
Involves a young woman who is raised to be an assassin, pursuing revenge on the hitmen that killed her family. So again, basic, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have any digi.
Yeah, the Friday estimates are
22 million.
Yeah, almost 23 million.
In domestically at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has domestic right now, U.S. and Canada. So 22.
Yeah, so that's not.
I mean, it's only one day, and it's not like it's gonna be Avengers numbers, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, but they're probably looking at a pretty good weekend.
Oops, nicked the mic there. That's okay. Yeah, no, it's gonna do well. It's gonna make its money back, obviously, and I think it'll do enough to actually constitute making another one, right?
Here, the first one made 43 million. Second one went up to 92. This one will probably be around the same, I guess.
I think again, if word of mouth and this podcast gets out there and other people start talking about it, domestically, it's gonna do really well. Yeah. I think this is this. You just touch his butt, dude.
Did you touch my ass?
Do you want me to?
What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands? I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I think, as we said, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. It's doing well. Fuck.
I think it's gonna do well.
Do you think it's gonna do well?
Probably.
I think it'll do well. It's probably gonna do well. Can we keep doing this bit? Okay, so I think that's enough of John Wick for now.
Yeah.
I think we beat it to death, so to speak.
We John Wicked the John Wick.
We John Wick the John Wick. Actually, speaking of beat to death, I'll get back to that. I made it
We don't need any stories about you and your private time.
Well, that's the show, everyone. No, so we're gonna segment. What you guys checking out? What have you seen, or what do you want to see upcoming? I know, Andre, you were saying last time you were on the show you wanted to see Detective Pikachu. I didn't get to see it. I know. I really wanted to check it out, but
I'm waiting for you, baby.
Oh, okay, so you haven't seen it yet?
No.
Okay. Thanks for the invite, guys. I'm just sitting right here.
Kelvin,
fuck that Kelvin guy.
Kelvin, it's your turn to kick rocks, nerd.
Oh, okay, yeah, sweet. So, Andre, from now on, I'm going to put everything on the top shelf so you can't reach it.
God damn it! Little boy.
Bested again.
Vertically challenged, some would say. He means well. So, what have you seen, Andre? Or what do you want to see?
I have not. Until I've gotten here, I think the amount of movies we've seen, which is only a handful, but it's a good amount, is more than I've seen in the last 2-3 years.
I mean, you did your homework, so you did see the other John Wick, so that's good. That's good.
Sat on my ass in my little bedroom and made sure I watched them.
Just sat in your tidy whities and just...
My little bucks.
Fair
Other
enough.
than that, Detective Pikachu.
You want to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything other than what we've seen together.
Right. Okay.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
That's fine. Calvin, what about you?
Same boat, really. Haven't seen a whole lot lately. One show I was introduced to, it's that new Netflix skit comedy.
I finished it the other day.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but it's hilarious.
It's pretty good. I think
you
should
leave with Tim Robinson, something like that.
Oh, I'm just saying that to both of you. I think you should both leave. Get the fuck out. No, I'm just...
Damn it. How many times do I gotta...
At least let Andre get dressed first.
No. Souvenirs. It's actually the show is actually called I think you should leave with Tim Robinson. Yeah.
Hilarious. It's good. So funny. Some of the skits are hit and miss, but it's just like, who would think of this? I would, because it's just our humor. Yeah. It's just off the wall, and it's so funny. You just take the simple, menial, just basic concept, and then just twist it and just a little bit. But that's still so out there. Yeah, you know the skit with the whoopee cushion. Yeah. I don't understand the joke here. Joke. What's the joke? That my fart didn't make you all throw up? Is that the joke? No, man. We just thought it'd be funny if you made a fart noise. Oh, what? Is the joke because it's not loud and disgusting? I didn't make a mud pie in my pants? Do you want me to make a mud pie in my pants? Is that the joke? And he just keeps going and just builds on. He's was it yes-anding himself? Yeah. The entire time.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Or like honk if you're horny. And the guy's following him home the entire time.
I don't think I saw that episode.
He's just blaring his horn. He has like, it's like a bumper sticker that says honk if you're horny. And this guy's like, that's me. And this guy's like honking his horn day and night following him. And he gets out of his house. He's looking around. He gets in his car. And he's at a funeral. And the guy pulls up behind his car. And he sees it. Oh, fuck. It's keep going. Goes over there, talks to him. He's like... Anyway, you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna ruin it because it's pretty funny.
Like the one with the. Have you seen the show?
No,
yet?
I'm gonna be watching it. Right
It's probably like 15-20 minute tops per episode. There's like 8 episodes.
Like
awesome.
4 or 5 skits
original
an episode.
Yeah.
And the one with the baby. Fuck you, Brett Harley. It's like a baby beauty contest, and there's like this one bad boy baby that everyone in the audience hates. I'm gonna fucking kill you. That's it. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. The lady with the gun running on the stage to kill the baby.
Kill the baby.
Jesus.
It's so good.
It's tackled by security.
It's hilarious.
This is getting out of control.
Out of control. Let's end it. We got to end this. They have a lot of good guests.
I have something I need to say. I saw the first baby's dad giving fellatio to or no, what does he say? Going down on the mystery judge, and there's just like the mystery judge doing like the Superman pose.
You see a silhouette of the mystery judge. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so much fun though. I crushed it. We were talking about it last week, and then you put me onto it. I watched all of it.
Let my wife eat the receipt.
Yeah, he didn't give a full wipe.
Yeah, you used too small of a piece, and you got duty on your hands.
And now I feel like shit. Is it just because and then it just totally... It's Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. It's probably because you ate paper. No, it's not. I eat paper all the time.
It's so dumb, but it just cracks you up.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I love it.
I really... Good call. Finish that up because you'll really enjoy it.
That's on the to-do list for sure.
It is. And it's always Netflix. Netflix is so good for that shit.
Yeah.
They just keep they're making sure that they're gonna have such a far lead from anyone that's trying to compete that they'll never.
Man, it's gonna be tough.
They'll never pull a blockbuster.
When Disney Plus comes out, that'll be something else.
Well, Disney will just buy everyone.
Yeah, they'll buy $10 out of my pocket every month.
Because I'm gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch it. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming that way. But Netflix obviously has the monopoly, and Hulu and Crave.
Yeah. Crave's really stepping it up.
Well, they have the HBO, so right
Amazon
there
has their own thing going on too.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's all right. There's a couple of really good shows on it.
I do watch the Jack Ryan.
Yeah, I watched that. That was cool.
It was good. It's like a good Jack Ryan stuff because they've been kind of falling off the last one with Chris Pine kind of sucked.
Yeah, the movies weren't that great.
No, and if you had Chris Pine, you've had now. What's his face? That's in Jack Ryan on the Amazon show. You have Ben Affleck, who was
Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office. That's right.
Now he's gotten jacked. Really cool and whatever.
Yeah, he's badass as fuck. What I checked out finally, I got my grubby little mitts on it. Was on Netflix. Shockingly Evil.
Yes, I watched that too.
Something
vile.
Yeah, extremely wicked, shockingly vile, and evil. Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
So you have Zac Efron.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's the only other movie I watched.
Yeah, you watched that one?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Who would have thought he would have been that good?
I
mean, Zac Efron, obviously not Ted Bundy, not the serial killer.
You piece of shit.
Like he's really grown as like a good actor.
Yeah.
Overall, not just like comedy, not like the stupid, like obviously High School Musical and all that crap,
yeah.
Right?
No, I was having a conversation with someone else from our class there that, I really like how these kind of guys are like Zac Efron, who started off as just like this, fuck you fucking piece of shit. Like, you pretty boy motherfucker. And, High School Musical, like Andre just said. Yeah. And now he's kind of like branching into comedy. Great comedic timing too in some comedies. He like Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
That was awesome.
So funny. Like, he does a great job in that. And now he has like actual acting chops. I think I didn't necessarily like the movie as a whole. I like how they kind of went away from like the murder aspect of it.
Yeah, it's more just about like post murders
and like the actual trial of it, and that. I did appreciate that because
cool.
You don't need to glorify what this fucking asshole's done.
The way they had it played off, though, I had to pause the movie and Google. I'm like, did this guy actually do anything? Until like the last 30 minutes when he.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm like
at first you're watching it, and if you don't know anything about him, you're like, oh well, he's obviously innocent.
Which
like, you fools.
How do you not see it? It's clearly a wrong car. Everyone has a bug. Yeah. 19 whatever.
It's actually funny you mentioned that. Like a lot of serial killers in that time frame that's come out now. That like a lot of them had in common. They were driving Volkswagen Bugs. Seriously.
If I had one of those cars, I'd probably be
serial killer. Yeah, just leads. That mean cause and effect. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, but Zac Efron, like he was my bright spot in that film, and I was so enamored with his performance. He does it because he exudes that charisma, but he also he portrays that evil in the eye. You know, you know, there's he's smiling, but he has this like predatory gaze. And you see it like in certain shots of it, which I really, really liked. He knocked it out of the park. He plays Ted Bundy really well. And Ted Bundy was a little bit of a fucking rock star when this was all happening, right? He hadn't come out and said that he had did it. He only admitted it like a few days before his execution, right?
Yeah, before he was
so
down.
Yeah, he got fucking zapped. Yeah. Zappity doo dah. But he was like the media like sensationalized it. It was all over the news and like videotaped in court. So you see all if you go on, like there's all sorts of documentary footage, like actual film footage of this guy. And you can see how charismatic he was because he could just play the system and he was intelligent. He wasn't a dope. He was very smart. Very smart. And like I don't know if they did it in the movie. I think they did where they're showing like the judge telling him, was like, I would have liked to have had you.
Yeah, they did have that in the movie.
You know, I would have liked to have had you in my court. I think you would have done a good job.
But yeah,
like under different circumstances.
You chose the wrong path.
Yeah, just crazy. And like, I wonder if that judge still thinks so, or if he's still around. Probably not. Yeah. But if eventually he found out all these things that this guy had done, like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that on live TV. Awkward. No. Well, but yeah, too late now. But you know, yeah, extremely wicked,
shockingly evil,
fucking
and vile.
Yeah,
I think it's extremely wicked,
shockingly evil,
and vile.
Yeah,
it's exactly words that the judge said to him.
Yeah,
before sentencing.
And I'm glad that they didn't let him go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because for a little bit too, like you're watching. And I watched some of the court case after, and a lot of it was really, like, some of it was verbatim.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did a good job.
The finger wagging and stuff like that. Like, don't you point that finger at me. So they mimic quite a bit because they have so much to go off of, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's cool. But I was really looking forward to that just based on Zac Efron's performance alone.
Yeah.
They kind of like try to humanize him a little bit with this relationship. They kind of went a little bit too much into that, I think.
With the second girl or the first girl?
Both.
Yeah.
But that just accents the point where this guy was a chameleon. He could could be anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of scary, and it's real world. It just happened. This isn't make believe. This happened to more than 30 women.
Yeah.
And I actually took the time. I paused it when they had the list of women that he had attacked and murdered. I read every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took my time to do it because like this isn't fucking around. You know, I wasn't gonna. I don't do that with credits. I don't do that credits, but with these, I had to take my time and actually read their names because it's fucking real shit. Real shit. So give them their due because they didn't
only
get shot.
Got him on what was it 2-3 girls though? Like yes, obviously he made it to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. They only found out about the other ones afterwards.
But the crucial evidence was the teeth marks in the butt cheek.
That was the
smoking gun essentially. Was that
exactly? Yeah. And if it was later, they could have done DNA analysis as well, probably if they had collected it.
After the first time he escaped. When he was practicing jumping off of his his bunk beds onto the ground.
Yeah.
So he'd be able to practice to jump out of a window. I mean, who'd think of that, first of all?
Serial killer.
Serial killer. I gotta get these bad boys resilient so I can jump out of a 2-3 story window.
Yeah. What they didn't touch on was he changes his appearance. He does it a little bit where he grows out a beard and he he's doing it for a reason because he's going to shave it and change his appearance, right?
Yeah.
So it's all methodical in his head. And even, which they didn't really touch on this, where he dropped like fucking 35 pounds and he's already a slight frame to sneak up into the rafters to get out through. Like he lost a bunch of weight so he can fit through that hole that he made.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they don't do it. They just cut out a square.
Time. You don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, in real life he did, at least.
Yeah, but so what I was getting to was that for I think the one murder he was only going to get 15 years, but when he escaped and they caught him, then that's where they brought in the life sentence for fleeing.
Oh, okay.
That's what they mentioned to in the movie. And like he would have been out in 15 years.
Yeah, and
or something like that.
I'm like thinking back.
They had to like set.
I if I were him, fuck, I don't know. He dropped the ball by going to a state that had the death sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's so calculated everything else, I guess you're gonna mess up. They still have that human factor, but yeah, it's just he wanted to live so bad, and he just he only confessed before he knew he was gonna get cooked. So, and it's that mentality where it's like, I'm gonna stick to my guns.
Yeah.
Until
it's happening.
It's happening.
That's how it is. If you lie to yourself to the point where you believe your own lies, you're not lying to yourself
anymore.
You
and
just think it's reality.
Yeah,
it's easier to sell it that way.
Yeah. Good stuff. Not good stuff, but like the movie. Yeah.
Right,
like yeah. Oh my God, the tables are turned.
Andre and I aren't here on our free will.
Please help.
Help us.
11221. Just search it up.
Please, quick. Coordinates. I'll never tell. Anything else, boys? Anything else that you're watching, or you want to watch anything like that? I can't think of anything else.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff I want to watch, but...
Yeah, fair enough. Nothing that I guess we talked about it. Cool. I think that's the show, boys.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for having us again.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. It's always fun. I had a good time. Lots of giggles. Lots of little giggles.
Lots of giggles.
Guys, you can find the podcast everywhere. You got your iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all that good stuff. We're on Stitcher as well. Check it out. Episodes get uploaded to YouTube as well. At Armchair Reviews, guys. That's on Instagram. On Twitter as well, at Armchair Pod. I'm on Instagram as well. You can hit me up personally. I'm at Christopher Gods. And you can, if you want to reach out to the show, you can email us at ohmygoddenaudio@gmail.com. I think that's it for this week, guys. Check it out. If you have any suggestions for what we should check out, or if you have any questions for myself, Andre, Kelvin, let me know, or any other guests I've had on them before. Thanks for everyone for listening. Thank you, gentlemen. Until next time, folks, check you later. Bye-bye.